Chapter 3. Marjorie was out, bright and early, to accompany me and Bretta to school rather than go with her mother, who was busy with her sewing and dressmaking. When she'd been in the nursery, our mother would stop sewing at home time and come to school to lift her little daughter from her sleeping camp bed and take her home at 3:30. Though she didn't take her to school, she'd still do that at the end of the infant school day. The three of us left the house when the sun was scarcely up after each of us had swallowed our porridge and a large spoonful of yeast from our mother's carton. Together with the school spoon of malt or cod liver oil, also the mid-morning milk, we'd not go unnourished. But before we set off, our mother made each of us turn round and inspected us for our appearance, especially the back of our shoes. Boots had disappeared by now. No more cleated hobnails for our father to busy himself with. She then looked closely to see if we'd properly washed our hands and face, our ears, and the back of the neck. The 1-mile journey took well over half an hour, and Bretta and I kept close to Marjorie all the way to the school gates, where she'd join the other children in Miss Sambo's class. The school day started at 9:30, like before, and ended at 4:30, until the evenings grew dark, when it would end at 4 o'clock. The journey was a series of steps, through Crossover Street, Mozart Street, Lancers Street, Barefoot Street, Card Street, before getting to the avenues. All the streets were bordered with stately plane trees. The Germans hadn't seen fit to bomb these. My sisters and I made good speed, the breeze hurrying us along. When we climbed up into the halfpenny steps over the cut, our stretch of the Grand Union Canal, I had time to lift Marjorie up if I heard a barge chugging by underneath. It reminded her of the gypsies she was reading about in a book that her mother had bought for her in Woolworth's. How the gypsies had a great carefree life and went up and down the canals all over the countryside in their barges. How their hefty horse dragged the barge along to exciting places while the rest of us stayed put where we were.